Alright, here we go. I wish I knew why the mic just works before I start the stream and then doesn't after I start the stream. Super irritating. Hey Joe. How's it going? No, Virgil, why? Oh shit, that's not gonna work. I guess we're just doing one of these ones. These another day. Yep, another day for the faction missions. Two fewer lives. Alright, hold on. Hey Arctic, how's it going? Yeah, alright, we'll do this. Oh, actually. Wait, let me look for... Yeah, I didn't think so. Gee, we are getting the pink slippers. We're also getting this. Now let's hold on. Here we go. That was weird. Oh, it's awesome. Animal. And Frozen Heart. I believe Frozen Heart's like a HP percent thing. So I should have a little bit before I have to worry about it. You have less health than this already. What is the trigger? Gotta be soon, right? There we go. Like 65%? Do we think there's one more Frozen Heart? Normally I just keep it in pair, but I decided to to keep the beatdown instead. Wow. I feel like that actually went pretty well. Dude, I cannot see her. She's like goddamn camouflaged. Oh, it's cursed. She rage? No? What the fuck? That's like a evade the dot there? Come on. Ooh. Come on. You look nearly dead. Die already. Thank you. What beatdown's way better. Oh god. The ghoul. Energy, rewind time, time lost, and cursed. Motherfucker. Alright, we're just gonna leave it this way. Oh, I didn't think that was gonna reach. Why? No! Fuck you! Jesus Christ! Ah, that's so bad. I'm probably dead here. Fuck! I'm gonna take this down some. I almost just hit so hard. Except when I evade it, which is just luck of the draw, really. Knew he was gonna do that shit. Jesus Christ, dude. Alright, so next time I see time loss, I'm just gonna go to 80%. I think it's massively worth it. It's one of those abilities that, like, if you don't have defensive stats, it just fucking chunks you. Alright, so we can go to heal gadget. I think that's it, right? Yikes! No! The fuck? That was really bad. I'm lucky I didn't get stunned into debris there. Woo. Top 7 DPS, my Ghost Star Max. Same 10 mechanics per. Yeah, basically. And even 100 DPS, you can just get kind of fucked. Like, it can happen. Oh, this should be fine. Get him, clonies. all the way back there. Come on. Oh, with max tanking glyphs. Yeah, sorry, I was thinking like max DPS glyphs or something. I mean, it's still possible like through like it's unlikely though. Yeah, if you're max tanking glyphs, it's probably unlikely. Even at like 100%, yes. But I am not next to this. So dude, I don't know why I was running. I think I was running deconstruct just because you can spam it more. But I think I got way better DPS usage with breakdown offhand. Ooh, 22 fragments. That's pretty good. I need my glyph swapping buddy to jump online at some point. Yeah. If I can swap these 84 glyph for talisman, I have an imbuer. That'll be sweet. Pistols for offhand. Clean slate. Kill blind. Why would you need kill blind if you're... Well, I don't know. I don't know what you're maining. I used to use pistols offhand. I feel like... Yeah, fuck that. Fuck shotgun main hand. It's fucking stupid. It's the best thing for the E17 raid, and beyond that, like, fuck that thing. It's mechanically fucking stupid. No, it's also stupid. Okay, first of all, part of the stupid is how clunky it is. That is stupid. But it's also the math behind it is wrong. Because there's math behind it that's supposed to be accounting for how clunky it is. But it's not. So it's clunky and stupid. It's stupidly clunky. Oh, just in general, like the damage. So like the damage shotgun does, for example, is supposedly, not supposedly, like from speaking with the game designer, like the damage is supposed to be upped. Actually, its damage is higher slightly to account for the reload time of the shells, but it doesn't, because it doesn't account for how shitty that mechanic, that interface is. So it's supposed to be offset, like it's literally built in. It's the same damage in this. No, that's what I'm saying. It's the damage that it does is higher than when the damage it would be doing if it didn't have that interface. But it's not enough higher to account for how shit the interface is what I'm saying. What I'm telling you, from the horse's mouth, the shotgun is balanced. It's literally balanced in the back end. The numbers are balanced, accounting for like reload time. You're going over your head, like you're missing the point. The damage it currently does, the damage numbers those things have, let's say like raging shot, right? This amount, the reason this is this amount, this wouldn't be as high like on another weapon if it wasn't accounting for the shell. Well, you already just proved my point. You just proved my point. Melee's supposed to be higher than range. It's got the melee numbers for non-melee. Extra damage from the shells? I mean, maybe, but also I think it's... Well, regardless. Yeah, they give the shells extra aggro. Look, listen. They know shotgun's broken. It was discussed in the rebalance. There just wasn't time to fix it. They are very aware how janky shotgun is. And if they had the time, i.e., you know, they were actually approved, so it's a money thing, right? They have the higher ups have to approve the time expenditure, which is money. Like, you're paying that person's salary. So if they had the money/time, got the approval, they would have redone the shotgun mechanic entirely. There just wasn't there. Wasn't time/money to do it. But the mechanic itself needs to be redone. It's bad. Yeah, but it's not enough. It's not enough, and the downtime isn't just downtime. It's like, it's bad. It causes other problems. There's weird interactions that happen with the shell mechanics. It is enough. It's best accurate. Who the fuck cares? Well, honestly, that's mainly just because it's fucking signature taunts. I don't know why the signatures don't taunt. That was stupid. I don't know how that got missed. It has issues when it doesn't. No, it does have issues. Have you not... So this is the least protected signature? No, that's just stupid, though. It doesn't matter. It's stupid. This signature... The tank signatures should be force taunts. That just makes sense. They should have balanced that some other way. It's very silly that, like... I disagree. We're not going to agree on this. I think the whole idea of a signature ability that's for a fucking tank should taunt if your aggro, or sorry, if your allocation is 51% tank or more, it should taunt. Hammer has 2 taunts? Same logic as what? What's the other taunt? I know you have Volcano. What's the other one? Enter the fray? Oh look, it even has it. I knew they could do this. If your animation is at least 51%, then they taunt. It's a taunt only if you're allocated. I understand the idea of trying to have different things have different play styles, but this is dumb. It's just dumb. You're never gonna run this. This is okay. This is where I would say there's a difference between like spreadsheet balancing and gameplay balancing, and this works on a spreadsheet. It doesn't work in the game. No one's gonna no. But I understand the idea is you're gonna tank different ways, but what I'm saying is no one's gonna run like. No one's gonna do this. It's a reflect. It's a reflectability. I didn't even realize it was a reflectability. I don't ever read this. It gives you some protection. It's not. I don't think it's as good as... Yeah. Wait, is it as good? No, it's still not as good. No. Well, yeah, but you wouldn't use it, so you don't. So there's multiple problems with it, right? It's not. Well, you won't. Why would it's not a? What the fuck? How is it a worse avulsion? What is? How is it revulsion at all? I don't understand why end of the phrase you'd be comparing it to avulsion. Oh, because it's a taunt. Yeah, but it's not an impair. It's not a. Did you say 15-meter range? It's 5. It's 5-meter range. Oh, you're saying because you dashed that? No, all right, that's not how you say that. We gotta talk about how you construct. This is the same problem as your want to trade message. It's not a 15-meter fucking. You said it taunts 6 to 9 people in an AoE at 15-meter range. That's not true. From 15 meters, you can dash to them and then taunt them. That is not the same thing as what you said. But there's multiple like logistical problems with this. You wouldn't run it instead of Avulsion, you run it instead of Blazing Fury. You run it instead of Blazing Fury. That's how I would think you should use this. It's not at 15 meters. The dash doesn't fucking... I can't be 15 meters away. Same as heat, right? Well, I'm not looking at shotgun. Shotgun's broken. I've established shotgun's broken. We've not established it. I have established shotgun's broken. The dev team has established that shotgun is broken. It's not good. Just because it has good aggro doesn't mean that the weapon is good. I think the problem, though... Isn't Into the Fray the one that has a problem, though, where you have to back up to do it? I don't think it says it on the thing itself. But don't you have to be a... Yeah, it does say it. Never mind. 3 meters away. So, like... Yeah, it does. I found it. It's problematic to... Like, even if you want to run it, it's problematic to use in normal play as a tank. Because generally speaking, you're on top of the thing. So you gotta, like, back up to be able to use it. Which makes it, like, obtuse to use. Well, because you're not replacing the right thing. I don't know why you'd put it in place of Evulsion. You put it in place of Blazing Fury. It's not an impair substitute. Why are you viewing Evulsion as a taunt and not an impair? It's just an impair that happens to taunt. There's plenty of reasons you need 2 taunts. You have gadget to impair if you don't need the healing gadget. You never need 2 taunts in dungeons? Why would you need a healing gadget? Have you not, like... Are you not watching the streams that you're hanging out in? I'm running a healing gadget most of the time. Because, no one's healing. That would be the reason. You're wrong. Not only do I need to run it, sometimes I have to hit a heal pot while it's running. Oh, so you did a thing with completely different gear at different IP racks, and that's supposed to be comparable. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. There's not at 11. There's a big range there, for one. There's 100 IP range there. And for 2, you're doing it with something completely different. How are you not... You don't overgear it massively. E11 to E8 is not massive. E17 to E8 is massive. 4 E levels is not massive. I know you're trying to make, you know, some poor small E level person seem like they have big E level difference, but 4 E levels is not anything. It's not massively overgearing it. I'm not soloing E8s at E11. It's not massively overgearing it. It's not half the progression, because half is 5. That's easy math to do. Oh my god, I need to do other things. Nobody is soloing E8s? I wouldn't be sure about that. What do I want to do here? I guess side missions. Pretty sure I sold E8s on Jimmy. I think I sold an E10 boss, like first boss. I don't think I sold a whole E10 dungeon, but I think I sold an E10 boss for sure. Just to do it. This is my, yeah, I'm gonna save this, I think. Wait, this has the wrong agent. This doesn't even have the hammer agent. Shit, this probably could be better. I think I could do actually more DPS. Yeah, see, this one still has the wrong one too. There's a difference between temporary HP and HP percent buff? Yes, technically. I mean, I'm aware there's a difference because they're two different things, but I've never really looked into the functional difference. If I was gonna ask someone about that, I'd probably be talking to like Shoddy or Ox or Molov or something. If that was ever a concern, those are the kind of people that would go like, hey. But I usually don't get that far into it. I like to think I strike a good middle ground between like the stat like slash mechanics obsessed and like the gameplay feel. Like I've had these conversations with Molov, who's, you know, the opposite end. Like he's written simulation programs to like simulate thousands of if not like hundreds of thousands of combinations of things and iterations over time and see like what shit performs best. But for me, there's always a difference between what numbers say and what actually works in gameplay. With temp HP, if you gain 10k HP, you take 4k HP damage and it expires. You lose the remaining 6, right? With the HP percent buff, there are 2 components: increase max HP percent and current HP percent. So it's applied, you get 2 max and max. Doesn't remove the HP you gained. Situation where you go to -30% HP buff expires and kills you's not possible. Ah, okay. I think it's funny when the fights end and like I die from like delayed damage. We're gonna do the captain. Me and the captain. Make it happen. You can rapidly cancel and reapply your HP% buff to heal yourself. How would you cancel and reapply it? I mean, reapply, I know. How would you cancel it, though? Oh my god. What the fuck? What happened there? Dude, he got really confused because I aggroed him and just fucking disappeared. I gotta feel like he's getting more benefits and replaying both the pulverizer, friend. Oh, you mean actually cancel the buff on your back? Dude, that'd be annoying as fuck. That's like one of those things where I'm like, nope. Do I get no keys? I got no keys. That's like, reason I'm patient that is loading the buff off naturally on chaos for reapplying it. Yeah, I could see like maybe paying attention to that counter before you press the button again or something. Yeah, there's certain types of like min-maxy play that I just don't. Again, it's like a gameplay thing. But like there's certain things where like the numbers say you should do XYZ, and then when you get into a dungeon, either the mechanics of the boss or the way the tank moves the boss around or whatever, like there's running simulations on data sets and there's playing the game, and they're not the same thing. And sometimes something that seems subpar statistically by like a little bit is just better because it's more flexible. Let's do some E8s. Wait, did Krupp not accept the invite? The fuck, dude? Says you're in a group. Oh, I think the invite was still pending. You have any thoughts on the free play with disadvantage out there? Are there any positives? Yeah, the big positive is it's free. I would say the other big positive is that it's really not that much slower. Like, I suppose if you're like racing a friend that's paying, that like that's you might lose, but like, who the fuck's doing that? Yeah, probably the biggest. If you're going completely free, you never spend anything, not having shifters. But also, to be fair, like shifters is pretty new, like relatively speaking. You're welcome for shifters, by the way. That was my idea.
They are an insult to the scientific profession. The primitives serve me after I prized the staff from their
That was a specific suggestion. Like, because it was after we did the, or maybe even during, I think it was during the beta test for, so the initial wave of Dark Agartha did not have Talisman. I think it was only for Glyph, right? And then when we were testing, when we were testing the second wave of DA stuff in the closed beta, and they added the Talisman distillates, and then they added the system to like, where you could buy the little thing so that your fragments you got at the end were all one type. And when they were working that out, I was like, I remember talking to Ravel and being like, we desperately need this for dungeons. Like, it's so irritating and frustrating, and like, this should be a thing. You clearly have the thing in place to do it, because we can see the tech in use in the DA. You guys have figured it out. So like, we need something where like before you, I was thinking like just when you enter the dungeon, kind of like Dark Agartha, but I think the way they did is probably better. Where it will just the way you can stack them ahead of time or whatever.
You will live to regret this, but not for very much longer.
It's a useless thing for people with no friends have too much money to pay to convert fragments. Well, first of all, fuck you. I have friends. Yo, energizing talisman. Secondly, I didn't pay real money for that. I just paid Moth. It just cost Moth to do that. I don't remember one for Aurum. I mean, I guess it could be. Oh, I know what you're talking. No, yes, there is. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about after the fact. That's not what I'm talking about. Dude, why the fuck are people hitting shit before I pull? Like, they're supposed to run to me. God damn it. Okay, so yes, after, if you want to convert fragments you've already acquired, yes, there's one for Aurum at the vendor guy. What I'm talking about is inside Dark Agartha at the custodial vendor, before you run it, before you start it, you can, for marks of favor, buy a thing that says that when you double click it, kind of like the buff that gives you more time or an extra life where you have to like use them before you start, you can buy the thing that you use before you start that says, basically when you beat the gatekeeper, all your fragments are going to be this type. It just costs marks of favor. It's only if you do the whole thing, come out and go like, ah, I want to convert these to this other way. That's Aurum. Running challenge is now off. Also, I can buy packs. No, you can't. They're not there. You literally cannot. That's why I did the challenge today.
Critical empowerment results.
You could if there were some on there, sure. Maybe. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm looking for certain ones. That's why I would want to buy them. There's like 5 stacks of glyph ones. How is that relevant to what I just said? That doesn't help me at all. And also, I still don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Do-Ride line of sighted that! Fuck yeah! You can line of sight close down with a dodge through. That's cool. Get wrecked. You signature goods now be more expensive if you bought them. Actually, I think that means the challenge is cheaper. Ow. Wait, hold on. Wait, there's no fragments out there. Did you buy them all? There's nothing out there now. Six glyph fragments are like 12k or something. That's more than 10k. They're like 2k a piece, I'm pretty sure. I don't see any. I see none out there. Even, wait, 1.5? Hold on. Why is their health not? Oh, there it is. That's. I mean, if you did that, sure, it's like 500 marks cheaper or something.
It would be an error to think of it as the end. The Artanists saw it as the okay. No, you will not falter. Instead, you will become stronger.
Dude, what are they dying from?
I am the lord of this ancient beast's nerves. See how it obeys and is strengthened.
But why would you fall in filth there? So why not? They died at Cleve or something?
No pleasure in this, but I allow myself a thrust. It is reacting. The biological fission, immense. This could be the great moment of my studies, the most important field event since the Black Plague. What is it? Something new? Something primeval? Something more
Ah,
than
shit.
reality can contain?
Oh, my bad.
It will consume us all if it
Got a
is
little
released.
crazy.
I must release
A
it.
little too jiggy with it.
Philistines! You're not just stopping science, you're denying an evolution. How small-minded. To resist the great mutation.
Whee!
My work will endure my name.
Nice home, by the way. Love the decor. That's funny. Fuck. Okay, this one could be good. There we go. So making sure people get their loot. Oh, there goes my soda. Time for margarita. Dude, I had so little sleep last night. Holy shit. I crashed for like an hour after dinner because I think I only got like 3.5 hours sleep last night or something. No, like it's the worst. It's because my kid started school, and he's got to get up at like, he's got to get up at like 6 or 6:30. Where's that elemental one? Literally just gonna do this. Fuck that thing. Yeah, so I don't know, I think free to play in this game is like gotta be some of the best free to play ever. Like in any game, in my opinion. Second that, which is super free. It's just most other games that do free to play like are far more punishing. It's not even about like subbing giving you a benefit. It's the fact that most other free to play games actively like kind of punish you for being free to play. Whereas, I mean, it is absolutely ridiculous. Comparatively, especially. Even before rebalance was okay-ish. Yeah, I had free-to-play accounts. I've just never done... So I've had a... Like, I have obviously my lifetime sub account. But I've done for free-to-play, like, a lot of challenges. I just make... we'll just make a random new account and just do a challenge run on that account. And, like, that's, like, it. Most of the games we play is really just free. Trial and Masquerading is free. That sounds right. Mostly paying Moth to open regional chests was kind of stupid. Well, the thing is, you had to do that even if you were, hey, it's Kindu. That was so funny. We took them for their first E11 dungeon, and we popped into Penthouse. They'd never fucking seen it. They're like, what the fuck is this? And then the next 2 dungeons we did with them for E11 were also Penthouse. They just randomly. And they were like, is E11 only this dungeon? Double mop income as patron because you open twice as many chests per day. No, so what I was saying is like even as a nice, we get Onk again. Herman's gonna be so happy. You had a key count, right? As a paid person, you had like only so many keys you got a day for free. So everyone had to pay. Like that wasn't a great experience for the paying people either. And if you didn't use your keys, it's not like they stacked up. It's not like you could come back in a month and have like 300 dungeon keys or something. Like you used your daily ones and then they reset. So like I would say as like I guess unfun as it was, I feel like it was fairly equally unfun. Oh god. Oh god. Everyone's getting moted. All the modes. But yeah, the new system where you and then somehow people get mad about the patron chest, which I feel is like just dumb. Like everyone has unlimited normal chests. It's just if you pay, you essentially get a special chest that you paid for. It's and then some people just I don't know, they see it and they get mad that it exists. They're like, "Oh, this evil money-grubbing thing." It's like, no, man, it's just.
To be clear, I do not need you
you're just getting some value for what you're giving them a month. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I think they got motored again. Unfortunate. Whoa, why so many dead? Everyone has a price. Ha 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 ha.
Let me show you what I have learned in the spaces beyond.
No, I jumped too late. Fuck. As soon as it happened, I knew it. I got weirded out when I was backing up. My angle, like, I had readjusted and I lost my timing when I readjusted. That's still like two wave deaths in like a month or something. I jump it far more often than I die to it. The other thing is the wave. I believe the wave works the same. It's just a shorter wave. It's the same as the raid wave, really.
You embarrass us both.
Hello, I hit volcano. What the fuck? Maybe that's why my jump didn't go through. I almost didn't see that purple marker.
Let me show you what I have learned. You will live to regret this, but not for very much longer.
I did pull. Nice. Thanks for AFKing. What the fuck, Anchor? Hello? I've been down here for like a full minute. That worked better. I also forgot to bring the Osmium gadget, which would have been what I've been doing. My dodge didn't work. I dodged into the side. Ha! Dude, I love that you can line of sight close down. That's great. They fixed it, like, but I think they didn't fix it as a thing that exists. They fixed it as a, like a per encounter or per boss, like, patch. So, like, there's, like, certain abilities you can't line of sight, I think, in Dark Agartha. And I think Polaris Boss 1 used to be able to line of sight, like, the Blast, and you can cancel him from casting it. That doesn't work anymore. But those are individual, like, patches. Not... It doesn't patch how, like, the base functionality of the game works, which is, like... If the cast goes off and you're not, like, there's nothing in range to target, then it just fails. It doesn't do anything. So... Lots of casts that haven't been manually adjusted, you can dodge roll through right as they finish casting, so he doesn't have time to turn around to see you. So he'll start to turn, but the cast finishes before you're in his field of view, and it just doesn't do anything. You can do it to the ice block in Slaughterhouse and the flesh block in Slaughterhouse. You can do it to close down on the Orochi guys. There's all kinds of casts you can do it to. But there's only a few that have specifically been fixed so that you can't.
Your persistence betrays your desire to go beneath this primal fluid. Do not fight it. It would be an error to think of it as the end. The Artenist saw it as a baptism. No, you will not falter. Instead, you will become stronger.
Whee! Splendor of healing. Let's go.
I am the lord of this ancient mixed nerves. See how it obeys and is strengthened.
Nope. Fuck. Oh, I didn't have a cooldown. If I had a cooldown, I might have been able to do it. Uh-oh. That guy should be chasing me still, I think. Yeah. Let's see if we can de-leash him. Did we de-leash him or did someone kill him? I didn't even see. You can make them de-leash by jumping up there.
No, you will not falter. Instead, you will become stronger.
Whee!
I am the lord of this ancient mixed
Yeah, we're good.
nerves.
I gotta stop
See how it
rolling.
obeys and
Because
is
I could have...
strengthened.
Well, I probably still would have died, but I could have tried to roll. Oh, that was not how I normally get down. That was like falling down the stairs. I like when I overcorrected both ways and it just magically worked. That was not how that's supposed to go.
I would take no pleasure in this, but I allow myself instruction.
Yay!
It is reacting. The biological fission, immense. This could be the great moment of my studies, the most important field event since the Black Plague.
Man, I need
Is
to
it
sprint back.
something new? Something primeval?
I got stuck on a ledge there.
Something
Or not a ledge, I think I
more
got stuck on the
than
railing.
contained. It will consume us all if it is released. must
You ever been
release
killed
it.
by this? This will one-shot everybody. You don't hit him during that.
Heinz, you're not just stopping science, you're denying an evolution. How small-minded of you to resist the great mutation. My
I
work
think people are not enough people are shooting the other Reaper.
I am the
Or any of the Reapers. Why are people not hitting the Reapers?
my label.
Swim there with, yeah, maybe. Has it been impaired the dash target with passive impair all targets around it? I still say like one of the bigger problems with it to me is the fact that you have to back up to use it. There's got to be room to use it essentially, and that's just not always a viable option. Lair bosses? Yeah, I guess in that specific instance, sure, but I'm just saying, like, I'm thinking there's places where you just get, like, blocked in. On Lurker. It won't fire on boss 5? Really? Because it's behind the crate. I haven't tested that. It's always out of range. That's kind of strange, because, like, did you... Let me ask a question. Did you try it sideways? Well, the reason I asked about sideways is, like, so on pull 5, for example, it's very difficult, or you would think impossible, to expose with Rushing River, because you can't dash through the boss. But you can go from the side and dash through the side and actually get it to click off and expose him. It's really sketchy as fuck. But it's technically possible. So I'm curious if, I don't know, I'd have to go muck around with it. I could probably just do it in story mode and see. It requires a target. Penthouse to move to bunnies and bird. I can see that.
Sweet deliverance, you have come. Help us. Please deliver us from our enemies. Time is running out. Quicker is here.
Yeah, I'm not. The movement thing, I'm not really like fussed about. Although I can see how it actually would be useful there. It's really the drawback is having to back up to me. Like, if it didn't have you have to.
Beware these hellish instruments. Your life. You're sweet.
Like, if it didn't have the hole, you have to back up 3 meters. Oh, shit. That was weird. Ah! I was gonna dodge behind the pillar, but I've been standing in the purple, so that would be bad. Man, that's another energizing thingy. It's pretty cool. I wonder if there's any other things that don't work on pole 5 because of that. Dude, he has not even done his caustic yet. Ha! Oh, this is the wrong... Wait, what? Somehow I mixed up my stacks. Shit. Alright. Let's just do this, I guess. I forgot the vendor. I somehow mixed my stacks up. I thought I had more weapon distillates in that. Don't expect safe pudding. The pudding is not safe. Dude, what the fuck? Use an impair, use it over Balls and Handmill. It's just not worth it. Balls is 2 and 1. You're really impair and taunt at the same time. I mean, I'd say that depends, but sure. I would say, in my experience in this run, I definitely needed the taunt aspect of it. I needed both, like a lot. Because I was running with people that are over here, so I had to be like force taunting a lot, right, to make sure that they wouldn't just pull. So specifically on this character, that's been like an issue. Wait, what?
Once, all was perfect.
What's the one thing Hammer has other ones don't have?
But it was left to rot in the vile glass house of its planters. So cruel.
Blindside? Yeah, I remember Blindside. Wait, yeah, Blindside, yeah. The Purge? The one that just like punches the guy to the ground?
Nuclear mistress. This one's eunuchs are taught to crave an explosive union.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I just didn't see where you referenced that anywhere else. You referenced that you use beatdown, but you didn't say, like, why. Just said it was something other weapons don't have. Yeah, it's a really obscure thing. I do wonder if that was like intended for something. Well, there's different ways you help the DPS. Yeah, there is that is, to me, that is a problem. Is like, especially as again, an up-and-coming tank, where like, I'm like, I want that cast to go almost to the end and then I'm gonna impair it, because those 2-3 seconds I'm not getting hit actually mean a lot to me. Thank you very much. You are so lucky that I made that go away before you killed yourself on the yellow bubble. Oh, whoops. Dude, it's like, why? What are people doing? That was actually kind of fortunate. Whee! Nice.
Your world is bleeding. Bleeding anima. This war machine is its vampire. Protected by the portal's power. be our savior.
I'd actually say the most interesting thing to me about this, like, playthrough has been just experiencing what the game is like right now for, like, new players coming up through the levels. And there's definitely problems, which we, you know, talked about. I don't even see a well. Oh, there it is. What? Whee! There's a blind leading the blind. There's people getting run up to E levels that don't know shit, and then they're running other people. It's like second, third generation people that don't know what the fuck they're doing. Just irritating. And also just not good. It's not good for them. It's like most of them, I don't think a lot of them it's their fault. It's just that they don't know any better. Some of them it's their fault. But some of them, they genuinely just don't know. People that support you, too. No, I don't think that's the... So, people support each other. That's an MMO. Like, or even this, you know, it's technically a shareable RPG now. Like, that's... I thought about that, like, me, like, running stuff with Dom or whatever, but, like, plenty of people who don't know you will run shit with you if you're halfway nice person and just aren't an asshole. Like, the Secret World community is actually very, overall, helpful. Some of the least toxic, as far as, like, if you go into any other game like this and go into, like, general chat, it's usually a fucking shit show. But I would say what's helped me more is just that I know the game, right? Like, arguably, what's helped me more is I know how to do things. Like, I know I have the playtime experience, right? I know how things are supposed to work. And it might take me a little bit longer if like I wasn't running OD with Dom, but there's people all the time in group asking for just... OD is boring as fuck for people. I'm one of those few people that can do like 4 hours of OD, like with the same 30-second music looping and not go insane. Most people just want someone to do it with so they're not bored out of their mind. It's very easy to find someone that will do OD or something with you. Watch movies during OD. I listened to Pregnant Sonic during OD. There's when you're playing the plugin friendless and going with a group. Well, I mean, again, you have cabals, but you can just join the cabal again as well, right? There's plenty of helpful cabals that you could just, yeah, again, if you're just not a douchebag, like, you can ask who's active. There's a couple of still really active cabals. I mean, there's more than a couple of cabals. There's a couple of really, really active, like, new player-friendly ones that are kind of like, you know, more casual. Besides, play between now, I send jump doesn't like fix and just see everyone that's freaking on my friends list. I mean, that happens over time, right? Like, you just end up with people that you know. But even without, like, even people I don't have on my friends list, like, just from doing things in this time slot, right? Like, okay, here we go. Like, there's people that I do dungeons with a lot who I like never knew before, but we're coming up together. Like, we're literally getting into new E levels together, like, as I'm on this journey. And I don't know them. I've never ran with them before. They don't know me. So, like, there's literally some people that don't know me as Jimmy. They know Freeborn. Which I think is actually kind of cool.
The Norsemen came then upon our shores in longboats, and they brought with them a powerful
Critical
sword.
empowerment results.
Together, the Wabanaki and the Vikings.
People that want to learn, they'll join and learn. And then there are people that just want to switch brand off and run, they will never learn.
Safe from our
Yeah, and there's like a middle ground of that too. There's people that kind of want to know, but unfortunately, like, maybe don't know what to search out, or they just end up with the wrong people that are... There's people that are just focused on, like, all they want to do is, like, speed run through E5s, and they don't give a fuck about mechanics or learning anything. And so if they're helping a new player, they're never gonna help that player learn because they don't care to invest the time. Like, that's just not what they're about. And the thing is, like, it's a you know, it's a game. You can play it how you want to play it, but it's also, and when you get into the group content, you do have to take other people that's running it, like, how they want to do it in consideration as well.
blessing of our ancestors and theirs, with the power of all our rites and rituals, along with those of the Vikings.
Shifty, put some time on. Often getting people asking for advice. You don't learn, you find a way.
Standing tall with a weapon in their hands, we were ready.
Yeah, but okay, we're gonna get into the part where I still think that you sometimes are not teaching correct things. There's more than a couple. The only one that comes to mind off the cuff is Hell Eternal 3. But I swear to God, I'm gonna do like a whole goddamn 2-hour video on that fucking thing
By club, by spear, by sword.
that no one will watch. But it's just for me to rant. You're telling people to move clockwise now? Really? It was 2 years ago? Was it 2 years ago? That's actually funny. Change your mind if the plan actually makes sense. This is gonna do it my way. Well, yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, either way, it should die by the exit, right? Like, well, I guess it depends. Okay, it depends on your DPS output, but either way, it should die by the exit. That group of ads was just running amok. E17 won't die except driver who dies in the third well.
You cannot continue alone.
Yeah, so I think so part of the problem again, this is I think something that in my opinion happened probably because of when you started playing. And the fact that you're most likely we're not running it with people like with a full group at level, because if you're running with a full group at level, right, and don't have like overgeared people filling slots, then you, so like when the game launched, right, like when the dungeons fucking came out, which I don't even think they were necessarily where I remember when the dungeons dropped, or the later dungeons dropped. Anyways, as we were climbing the E levels, like, and everyone was pushing together, like everything was hard for everybody because no one was overgeared ever, right? And like you would literally have a problem with that specific boss because the longer he's alive, the harder he hits the tank, and the tank would have to like you would go past the you would loop all the way around sometimes, but like at that point the tank is like doing a Hail Mary RNG, like you're trying to keep a certain amount of distance from him. There's like a sweet spot where like he's chasing you but isn't hitting you or something, because there's this weird spacing you can get on him as a tank, where he's trying to chase you but hasn't done a range attack but hasn't done a close attack yet either, and so you can kind of kite him a little bit extra long. Like I remember like coming up when we first started, that like that specific boss was just a bitch for like everybody. Like it was just a pain in the ass. And also I still can't get people to fucking stack the carburize or whatever the hell it's called. Like when he does that, all the DPS just stack against the wall in one spot and then move away, and you have one little pool of lava. And everyone just fucking stands there and makes a wall of lava for the tank to deal with. It's so fucking annoying. But see, that's the thing though. If you didn't do that shit, you would wipe. Like, in the beginning, like, if you didn't do that fucking shit, you would wipe. Like, you had to. The groups were way more coordinated because there was no other alternative. We're waiting for Krupp. They said they needed a minute. 3 minutes ago. Healing ramps up past the gate. Well, also E10, remember it was only E1 to E10, and even that kind of got in the beginning got balanced, or like that had multiple patches to it, but like long before the rebalance. I mean, also anima allocation wasn't a thing, right? Like that didn't exist in the beginning. So like not only were lots of patches done, especially in like the first year, right? Like there was patches to shit all the time. But if you think about it, like there was an anima allocation, so like tanks had like a tank set they were leveling. It was a different, and you couldn't just like allocate 80 or 60 or 70 or whatever the fuck, right? Like you were using tank talismans, or I guess you could be using a combination of tank and DPS talismans. That would give you some kind of percentage, but it was like vastly different experience in the beginning. Than later on. So I feel like having the like bored vets is like a double-edged sword in Legends for new players, because you have experienced players that, if they so choose, at least some of them can like help, like they can help you and they can actually tell you how things work. But also some of the ones that do that, they're just bored. They don't really want to. They're not teacher-minded people, which is fine. They don't have to be. But then they're just blowing through things, and then other people don't learn anything. Right? They're just interested in like clearing something real quick for something to do, and it makes a weird state of the game where you have like these two extremes of like new people being barreled through shit before they really know what they're doing, and then just high level bored people. Some people don't want advice. So, okay. I think that's just stupid. Like, that to me is not... It's fine to want to work things out, but not taking in information to help do that is stupid. Like, you're what the fuck? I didn't want to kill that guy. Ran in without a taunt and got railed repeatedly just because they overgeared E10 raid by 600 IP. Without a cooldown, got railed. Why would they run in like... Oh, I see what you mean. They just didn't pop a cooldown ahead of time? Like, overgearing it by 600 IP is not much. Like, is it... It's an overgear, sure, but like it's not. Oh god. I hadn't fought my abilities before people like unloaded on him.
Much blood.
It's not enough to like get away with some shit that some people think they can get away with. That's what I'm saying.
Critical empowerment results.
Nice.
We're victorious.
Dude, 5-stack crits are so nice.
Is our story. This is the story of the people of the dawn.
away with some shit that is stupid? Yes, but I mean, if again, they weren't getting away with it if they were dying. All right, read the sentence you sent to me and tell me how that says what you're saying right now. Okay, what do you think that sentence means? Okay.
Connection established to the road core. Running real-time situation.
Yeah, see, railed means killed to me. Why would you say railed if they weren't getting killed?
Analysis. Body of water.
So when does railed mean almost like a bunch of damage as opposed to dead? Like a railgun shot to the face doesn't like almost kill you. Like, what is that bullshit? I don't think I've ever heard someone say railed as not dead unless they were talking about someone getting banged.
Analysis. Highly volatile biological material.
And unless you're actually talking about intercourse, then normally someone getting banged also means they got dead.
Identification. Cargo vessel collapse. Report lost in Atlantic Ocean.
Like if they got fucked, you generally mean they got fucked up, like they're dead. It's not like, oh, they got fucked up. They get I mean, I guess banged up would be different, but like, yeah, this is not what the railed expression means though. That's just not how that one's used. I'm gonna die on this hill. That's just not how that's used. I saw you said they got railed. I was like, oh, they're going in and getting one shot by the lurker. Like that's understandable. They didn't pop a cooldown. They ran in and got railed. Okay. Also, especially because you said repeatedly, right? That implies. So we got another Radiant Bracer of Horus. That implies that, like, multiple attempts had to happen, which, again, would imply death, right?
Approaching a major biological threat. Exercise caution.
That's the wrong cooldown. Ah! Well, there went all my cooldowns. That's not true. I have Volcano, I guess. Dude, Kindu's got the magic eye over here, man. You even use agitator with Raging Volcano? Would you like to move to cast signs? You can kind of grab that. Oh, spawn 7 ads? You're why I have one ad always runs late for gotten me. Yeah. Yeah. I don't have the main on this character because I was using that shit to as money to fund buying weapon unlocks. Pro free-to-play tip. Sell in the mains, buy weapon unlocks. Because they're like 50k easy, like you could sell them 50k easy. And honestly, it's so long before you ever actually need a main for any reason. Buy people and extorted their domains? How did you extort their domains? You just said, give me all your domains? Come here. Give me all your money. Blackmail files. Careful. I think that might be against TOA. And you can't say I'm wrong. Well, they just stood in that column attack. I don't know why they did that. Because technically, anything could be against TOA. So there. It's not if I'm blackmailing my IRL. Now someone's knocking on your door. Coincidence? I think not. Yeah, they can ban you for any reason. That includes blackmailing people IRL. So technically what I said is true. Dude, why do people stand in those circles? Don't understand that. Oh, look, got a little staircase. Can't see them? Well, you can see... Well, I guess technically if your Vex level's too low, you might not, but you can see the line through the water a little bit. But also, just give it a wide berth. Like, you... Yeah, I mean, I get that, but, like... Once you've died to them, you see them on ground where you can actually see them. So yeah, exactly. You just know where they are. That's what I was getting at. I don't think that actually impaired in time. Oh, bummer. Yay! You say you only have shine at pole 3 when it submerges? What do you mean? What do you mean you no longer have shine? It's got ripples. We have ripples.
Anomaly. Large etheric wave disturbance converging on its structure.
That's what I'm looking for. That's what people can see. Someone said there's like a mod now that like marks it.
Current data indicates a 33.3 recurring % chance of survival.
No, it's literal like ripples. It's like this. It's this where he's about to emerge and pull 3. It's the little. It's like that shit. I mean, I'm sure it's different. It might be different. I also know that it's not supposed to be there. Meaning, like, they don't intend for that to happen. Like that, you're not supposed to know where he's popping up. The dungeon mechanic, like the boss, it's intended that you should be scared and just have to go get him wherever he pops up. Yeah. I remember talking to Nervel about that. Collision for 6 comes. Yeah, exactly. Like you. Yeah. It's just that the collision model's in the water, so you can see where it's gonna be. But yeah, it's like I talked with Nervel about that, and he was like, "Yeah, that's not supposed to be a thing. You're not supposed to see where he is." So I'm gonna sit down for Cosmic Gaze. Yep. Oh, never mind. It didn't last that long. Oh, we got the thingy. Oh shit, my inventory is full.
Extraction point secure. Ending communications with the Roji Core.
Oh, it's blue. I have 2 5 stacked worth of 6 now. Dude, that headpiece is zooming towards the top. Yeah, you can post links. I don't have any restrictions on that shit. Wait, I didn't mean to sell the clone scale. I just filled. I'm gonna regret this, so I'm sure. You should have said something in Twitch. I had nobody for like a minute there, and then I got like 2 tells like right away. Yeah, I think none of these are like head talisman ones, unfortunately. I can't even use the waist one right now. Actually, I can't use most of these right now because they're the lower ones that aren't red yet. They're already maxed. The other thing I did for this character, for the free-to-play thing, is specifically went tank on purpose. Because tanks make groups. Like, by and large, tanks make groups. Right? It's much harder to, like, get people to come for a dungeon if you don't have a tank already. So you either need to have a friend that you always play with that's a tank, or you need to be the tank. Because trying to say, like, looking, you know, dungeon, looking for tank is, very difficult. GG's idea. Signature really is our greatest thing. Yeah, they are. Something singular. Yeah. So they did a lot of good stuff in this game. Like the anime. I mean, wasn't all there at launch, but anime allocation was a big boon to tanks because then they could be in, you know, they could be DPSing, right? And then they could go to tank. And then the signatures from the rebalance was even another level of okay, well, you could allocate, but your glyphs were not helping. So your signature ability is going to scale off your tank glyphs and give you an extra boost to try and, like, even you out so you're not, like, as hamstrung. So it was, so, like, the first tier of, like, evening things out for the tank was anime allocation, and the second tier was the signatures. Wait for it. Wait for it. Dude, I was waiting. I was intentionally waiting to impair that. Actually, double edge also made pre-round tanks essentially tanky DPS. It just rotated me with CDs because the actual tank gearing was due to. Wait, what? Oh, they dodged out of the pain wheel? Yeah, that's dumb. Pre-rebalance tanks ran DPS glyphs? No, they didn't. Pre-rebalance tanks, maybe like they were super over-leveled, did. But not when they were leveling up, they didn't, because you couldn't do that shit. You would fucking die. That's an overgearing thing. And it did become that way because we were able to reach E17 levels, right? But like but the highest content was E10. So yes, that was a thing that happened, but it was more by the fact that we were over gearing by fucking 700 IP. Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. I wonder if you can, like, line of sight gaze. I kind of doubt it, but I've never actually tried. You wrote like a thesis on what to run? Yeah, but, okay, so, again, that was after. So there's a difference between what happened later on.
Together, the Wabanaki and the Vikings were to build a shield around this island.
So I think when talking about roles, discussing how to take max level. Right, but like, so you had to get there. And even that max level didn't exist at first, right? Because DA, which came out with the 4-pith glyphs, which pushed your IP even higher than it could go before, wasn't there initially. So even max level was less than what max level became long before the rebalance, right? Multiple things have, like, layered to cause that shit to happen. So it's not just like, oh, it was this way in the olden times. It was like, well, which olden times are we talking about? Right? Like, there is many different thoughts. And there's many different iterations of what was max. But I would say in the beginning, when anima allocation was introduced, right? When anima allocation was introduced, people were getting higher up in level. I don't think anyone was even E10 by the time it got introduced. I could be wrong. I don't think so. I think it got introduced kind of midway. Maybe like, I'd have to go back and see what the timeline was, but I want to say it was like, people were like already maybe like E5 or something. By the, like, or maybe even like 7.
We were ready.
So what allocation allowed tanks to easily tank with DPS clips, it would force team rebalance to come sooner. But that's an incorrect assumption. You didn't need anima allocation to tank with. That doesn't. Anima allocation doesn't do anything for the glyphs. Anima allocation just affects the talismans. Like, it has nothing to do with it. Pre-anima allocation, you could have run all tank gear, right? Tank talismans and put in DPS glyphs. You didn't in the beginning because you would fucking die. Because you were at level for things. Like, you actually needed the glyphs. And that was a... Oh, my lag. Ooh.
Time was short, and the darkness had...
So yeah, allocation didn't cause that problem. Like, allocation only made it so that you didn't have to have 2 sets of gear. Now, arguably, to be the best tank, you still want tank talismans like effects, right? Because they help you. But it's not... You can have your tank talismans and then still be like functional in the solo areas of the game. The idea is you're going to be a tank running tank gear, but you can still like do S&P scenarios without mandatorily having to bring a DPS with you, because that was like super hard to do back in the day. This is like OD didn't exist, okay? So when anima allocation was invented, OD did not exist. Right? So there's only S&P. Dude, what the fuck? He ported to the other side. What is this madness? What? What? I don't know if I've seen that before. What the fuck was that? It should?
You cannot continue alone. The forest is flooded with blackness. Blackness wept from the wound in the mountain. I have spoken to the earth. I asked it to guide you across the danger. Walk into its golden light now.
Yeah, they weren't worried about or they weren't focused on the sustain taking problem for a long time, because it really didn't become a problem until lots of people were over leveled for things. Because you really, that's not something that was noticeable in the first, say, like 6 months or something. I mean, you think about how fast I'm going through this, because I started in May. Now, granted, I'm only playing like maybe 3 hours a day, 3-4 hours a day, with a couple of like longer sessions here and there. But that's like the average. Whereas a lot of people are playing way more than that. But also, there was no like run with someone higher than you in OD for hours on end to like really pump your progress faster. Like, everything was super grindy. Also, you had the key system, so like you had kind of this cap on how quickly you could climb, right? Because even if you could afford to buy keys, you needed to find other people that could afford to get the extra keys to run the stuff with you. So like the progress in general was much slower. So a lot of the issues that come from having like being able to overgear things didn't occur for quite a while. Probably even like over the first year, I would think. There might have been certain people that were like, you know, knew what they were doing or something, but like for them, like again, just the progress was much slower. I mean, think about, like, take OD out of the equation. What's one of the other big ways that you can like kind of power level a little bit, right? It's regional farms, because regional farms give you lots of signet, but lots of other distillates as well, like all at the same time, right? You can just sit there and like, per time spent, you can get a lot done. But now imagine that you have to buy a key every time you open the fucking chest. Dude, what the fuck? That dude just ran at me. Holy shit. 50k into one regional run. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was a different time. And so some of the things that you're able to do then or not do or like just don't apply to like how things are now.
Was shed that day and night. But when dawn finally came, we stood before that gaping mouth and our enemy was dead or had fled. We
Got a blue
were
sped.
victorious. This is our story. This is the story of the people of the dawn.
Sometimes they laser you if you're a healer. Yeah, yeah. I knew some can sprint at you. I just haven't seen one in like a long time. I don't think I've seen one sprint at me in this free-to-play run until now. Combat reload passive doesn't work here. Getting stuck with not working with bombardment for the entire time is fun. That actually sounds vaguely familiar. Did I just sell a radiant something? I did. Oops. Oh, the person was in last time sent the plus to the wrong person. I think it's gonna be the last dungeon, and then I gotta do the sides real quick before it's the witching hour. Why is this not going? The fuck? Yeah, but doesn't a lot of times that screen goes away for me and people haven't clicked. Polaris. That happens a bunch for me where like it goes away when people haven't. It's like they have to accept. I think it's only if you accept a role, right? Or no, yeah, I don't know. I've definitely had that screen like disappear.
Analysis. Body of water contains potentially lethal electrical current.
Yeah, people don't stack for the blast. I think most people don't realize that you can stack up to get it to go in one spot. Oh, that's lame. It's an imperceptible amount. Like there's not even a single pixel there. The blue bar is full, just hasn't clicked over.
Analysis. Highly volatile biological material. Avoid close proximity. location. Cargo
But yeah,
vessel Polaris. Reported lost in Atlantic Ocean.
this run has been really fun. I mean, it's not over. It's gonna take a little while more, right? Like, but at this point, I'm confident I'll get to the end. I don't see any reason I wouldn't. God damn! How did you pull her off of me? It's basically like never not hitting me.
Approaching a major biological threat. Exercise caution.
I swear to God, they either have the mod or their graphics setting just lets them see it way better than me. I saw the ripple for like a half second and now I can't see it anymore. But I believe there's a, I gotta see, I haven't looked to try to track it down, but there's supposedly a mod that gives you an indicator where it is. Like it's a fork of the layer mod that shows you where the items to pick up are. Right? I forget who told me that. Someone told me that. Blue Jays, let's go. I need to test more past to see if you can line of sight them. It's gonna be fun to know like which other ones you can line of sight. Like, can you line of sight charge tag? I don't know. Or maybe only on the ads and not the boss. Well, it's not that it's not reliable on bosses. They've actively fixed it on bosses. They had like, because it used to work on them. They don't want it to work. So whenever there's one where they're like, no, people are abusing this boss, they'll manually patch it. Lady Thomas, thanks for the follow. So most casts in the game are line of sightable, basically unless they were specifically designed not to be. By default, casts are line of sightable. Playing things follow. Thanks. Yes, it is an amazing game. I've been streaming it since 2015. Wilber's gonna die there, maybe? Oh, holy wow, they jumped out just in time.
First
We're on a free-to-play challenge run. See how long it takes a free-to-play player to get to the max endgame. That is the goal. Since it's a real iteration, yeah. Yeah, I played in 2SW. If you've ever heard of the guy that did Eidolon Nightmare on Bananas, that's me. Back in the original game.
Large etheric wave disturbance converging on extraction point.
Recently I found out you have a limit on what category you follow, or how many? Oh. Yeah, I think I only follow like 3 categories, so I've never hit that limit. That's interesting though. I didn't know there was one. You know you can follow a category? Yeah, I follow Secret World and a couple other categories. I think like chess, maybe. Yeah, I think I probably should unfollow because I haven't looked at them. I used to follow like one of the Rainbow games, Rainbow Six, something. That's funny. Unfollowed a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I'm basically streaming, well, especially this character. I've only missed 4 days on this character since May, and that's only because we went on a family vacation. But basically I'm streaming this character every day to see how long it takes a free-to-play player to get to the max endgame. That's how you stop him from breaking the rock, by the way. The tank has to run out and make him stop. Also, that hurt me a lot. Ow. That is a valid strat. Yeah, I didn't. Ideally, you do use a cooldown. I didn't have one, but I was like, all right, well, it's better than him breaking the rock and randomly hitting a DPS. By the way, that's the first time I've had to do that in this run. In this 430 hours, I had not had to do that yet. These enemies goes around and breaks its wipe. Not necessarily. Definitely have had that not be a wipe before, but I would say more often than not, you're probably right. I'm doing dungeons yet, like the bigger, non-necessary ones. So you have a lot of friends who played. The nice thing about Legends is it has story mode dungeons, so you can solo. At some point, at least, you can, you know, if you keep gearing up, you can solo all the story mode dungeons, even if you don't do play with. But yeah, there's Cabal that you can join. There's like kind of bigger, like loose, like helpful Cabals you can join that have like daily runs of stuff, or you can just looking for group. I would say it's arguably one of the best communities for like pugging stuff. Dude, I remember like playing like DCUO online, which I really didn't play as a MMO. I just played it as single player, but just the chat for that shit was horrendous. The reason I didn't play it like that way. So, dude, again, we gained exactly 6 IP. We were 1178 last night. We're 1184. This is like all week, every single day, somehow, by some weird, doesn't matter what I'm doing, I somehow gain 6 item power a night. Better if you're on EU time zone? Yes, for sure. There's a much larger EU player base for this game. But again, I'm doing a free-to-play run at like East Coast nighttime, which is like not a good time. This is a pretty dead, like, I mean, it's not dead. Obviously, I'm like getting stuff done, but like, it's I would say is arguably one of the least active times that I'm actually running this character in. Oddly enough. I need to start getting rid of some of this shit. Alright, what do we have left to do? Side missions. Alright, so that means probably Tokyo? The least active time in about 3 hours? Are you saying it goes up in 3 hours? Or in 3 hours from now, it's the least active time? What are you saying? What? That doesn't make sense. Maybe it depends what day of the week. Because I've stayed up to 3 hours from now. That's like 3 a.m. for me. I've done that on the weekends with Dom. And if anything, it gets busier.
Local bounty detected. Initiating.
I guess we can get these 2 side missions. So, like, EU is +6, right? So it's like 6 a.m. +6 from me. It's like 6 a.m. right there. Or right there right now. Player counts on Steam. Fuck Steam player counts, man. The game has a non-Steam client. Everyone thinks the world like okay. First of all, I love Steam. I am a Steam enjoyer, but everyone thinks the world revolves around Steam player counts, and it just doesn't work that way when a game has its own launcher. And if anything, I think you would find the EU players are probably less likely to have it on Steam. Also, I forgot to switch to the DPS build, apparently. Did I? No, I thought I did. I thought I damaged some shit. Friend who Native American loves Savage Coast stuff, apparently so. Yeah, Savage Coast is a cool zone. Probably share the same trend. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I think standalone players are unevenly distributed around the world. Meaning, like, the EU people were A, early adopters, so it, like, before it was on Steam. And B, I think Steam is, like, a US base. Like, I don't know, I've predominantly, my cabals have all been EU people, like, well, technically the first one wasn't, I guess. Why does the damage feel like shit? What's happening? I feel like I should be, like, hitting these guys harder or something. Yeah, we only know Steam players. That's true. But I'm saying you can't just say, like, well, that's all we know, so this must be the least busy time. That doesn't... That just means it's the least busy Steam time. That's, like, literally all you can say. But you have to qualify it as the least Steam time, because you don't know if it's the least Funcom time or not. I would argue... I would hypothesize, based on EU players' kind of preferences in general, and issues with, like, payment systems and stuff, that, like, it's very likely there's a higher percentage of EU players that play on the Funcom client than on the Steam one. That would be my hypothesis.
Local bounty detected. Initiating.
There's no real way to substantiate that other than anecdotal evidence, right? Which I 100% like would stipulate to that. But I think it's a reasonable, based on what I know, it's a reasonable hypothesis. Now, I'm not saying there's like a million EU players that are like logging on that Steam's not seeing. That's not what I'm saying. Dude, I got him before he spawned the ghost chicks. That's cool. Oh, also to Samus, yeah, Tokyo is one of my favorite zones as well. It's just, it took them a little while, took them many iterations, but it's very well fleshed out. It wasn't like it at launch in TSW for sure. It was a bit sparse in the beginning. I don't plan to see my friends though now anyway. I had to convince them all to try it. Hey, at least it's free on Steam. I would say to anyone about this game is like, at the very least, it's fucking free. It's got one of the best, like, writing and storylines around.
Local bounty detected.
Like,
initiating.
That alone is reason to just check it out for $0. Even if you don't want to, like, do endgame content or something. We were just talking about that actually earlier. It does, like, it is the freest free-to-play there is. And you could point them at my channel here. All the previous 137 episodes since May 1st has all been me. I started a new free-to-play account to show getting to max endgame in free-to-play. Great for, yeah, I mean, honestly, Steam is how I found the original. I didn't know TSW existed. I started playing in 2014, which is 2 years after it launched. Because I just didn't know it existed. If it wasn't for Steam. Also, though, their first Steam ad was in the summer sale. Also, okay, I probably wouldn't have played it at launch anyways. Because they only had a sub model at the beginning at launch. But as soon as they tried to buy to play, like you could buy it to play it, and then there's an optional sub. As soon as that happened and it was on Steam, I found it in the summer sale. You like the Orochi Tower? It just dragged for you? I much prefer the Orochi Tower in Legends to TSW. TSW was like 3 random floors. And the idea there was like to make it replayable. As in you'd keep going back. But it also, to me, like, I like the Legends better as you're ascending through the tower, right? It's an actual ascent, like the game says. It's not just like, oh, three random floors and I get the top. Like, it's an ascent. You're climbing through all this fucked up lore and fucked up floors and fucked up companies. Like, I think it's way more impactful. And even the fact that it feels like it takes a while, in my opinion, is kind of a good thing. Because, like, you're like, fuck, this is a tall goddamn tower. They literally have a banner somewhere that says Orochi. Wait, it's over here. Orochi, because our tower is the tallest. It's over... I know for sure there's one over here. Orochi. Oh, because our building is the tallest, yeah. Give us a true end to the story. I mean, that's the thing, though. It was an MMO. MMOs don't have a true end to the story. Right? They're not designed that way. Manufacturing dungeons would be nice. Hey, we got the penthouse dungeon. A lot of people thought we would never see the penthouse dungeon. But we got the penthouse dungeon back in Legends. And it's super fun. Lack of recent content. Yeah, unfortunately they're all consumed in the Dune MMO right now. Which does look really cool. I do plan on checking that out. Try not to fight anything, I'm just trying to get the pieces. Dude, where the fuck did that guy come from? The car park? Oh, the Gaki? Yeah, Gaki are cool. There we go. Yeah, the tabletop. We interviewed those guys and Scriv last Thursday, because the raw text of the book went out to the backers, Kickstarter backers. There was like a backfiller kit. I don't know if that ended. It might have ended. 2 purple keys. So yeah, I've also done a I've done a no death run of this game, all the way to the end of the available story, and I lost one of the attempts to the car park. It sucks to get like all the way to Tokyo on a no death run, and then just fucking lose your no death run in the fucking car park. Oh yeah, all the spin-off games are cool. Obviously the park, right? Park is super fucked up. Hide and Streak is still play that sometimes around Halloween. It's super fun. We played that with Andy actually. We had him guest on our. So if you if you haven't checked it out. So that's our like twice a month podcast. Mainly focused on Secret World, but like Funcom games kind of in general. And sometimes like we've had some of the developers on to talk about things. We've had the tabletop guys on to talk about the tabletop stuff. We've had like a little hide and shriek mini tournament with Andy and Scriv. Andy still works at Funcom, and Scriv used to be the lead writer for Secret World. When was the hide and shriek thing? It was like last Halloween. We usually do stuff around Halloween with hide and shriek. I think it was last Halloween. Huge Funcom fangirl. Been playing for current Exile server for years now. I was okay. On my YouTube, one of my most viewed things is the Conan Exiles bridge reconstruction project I did back in the early access, where like the broken bridge stuff, like with no server mods, no like sped up farming or any of that shit, just like default server shit. I farmed for months to like build get materials and rebuild the bridges back together, which you can't even do anymore because you can't build into those structures because they're indestructible, and people were making bases have that shit as like indestructible walls, so you can't even build near those now. But back then you could. And that bridge reconstruction project video is like, I think, one of my most viewed videos on my YouTube channel for whatever reason. But I haven't played it. I did pop into SIPTA when it came out. But I haven't gone back in a little bit. I was farming this one fucking asshole to trying to get an item for like months, and I finally got it, and then I kind of like lost interest. Be more popular. They just had a stream today. Andy and Nicole and I forget the other guy's name. I've seen him a bunch now. Talking about the new age of something. It had like purges, and you can now, like, you want purges to happen, you can like fight them, and like unique NPCs will show up and try and kick your ass, and you kill them and get loot. I remember when they did streams for SWL as well. I remember being on some of those streams. Doesn't do the stream once. You were a rabbit. Yep. I mean, so not only have I been in the content on the stream, but I mean, there was the anniversary stream where they literally had my stream up in the corner of their stream, where they had put me on a special branch in Agartha with a Behemoth, and I was soloing a Behemoth for like 45 minutes or an hour and a half. I forget what the time to kill was. It was really long to solo a Behemoth by yourself. But like for the anniversary stream, they had my stream up in the corner. And every now and again they would check in with me like I was like the weather guy or something. So, how's it going? I'm like, oh, well, you know, we're at like 45%. I'm just hitting this Behemoth with a bat. So my plan, so like every year for the Extra Life game day, I do like a 24-hour, if not longer, stream for the charity. And historically, I've done like I've done a Secret World speed run. I've done the Secret World speed run. I've just played the game in general. But this year, I'm thinking I'm gonna do like, because I tried Age of Conan like after I had played Secret World, and it was hard to like go backwards, and I never play Anarchy Online. So I'm thinking this year though, I want to do that 24-hour stream, and maybe like 8 hours Anarchy Online, like 8 hours Age of Conan, and then like 8 hours Secret World, like sort of Funcom through the ages as like the 24-hour stream. I can also do like 6-hour blocks and like add in like Exiles, I guess, but I feel like it's a little bit different. It's not quite the same. Not quite the same style. I mean, I also could like go like do like Moons of Madness or like the Park or something, but I kind of feel like to really, especially if you haven't played them before, if you don't put a significant amount of time, you're not gonna really, like, if you just put 4 hours into Secret World, you haven't scratched the surface, right? So I feel like it'd be doing a disservice to trying these other games to not give them like a big time block. God damn it, Virgil. Why are you like this? So it's 1920. I could do this one. It's fine. Alright, I think we're probably, yeah, we're about done for the night. Yeah, I literally didn't make it off the starting beach, I think. Like, it was one of those things where like the graphics, like I had been playing Secret World for a while and was like, oh, I'll go try the other one out, and it was so much of a step back. I just wasn't in the headspace to like enjoy that. Yeah, thanks for the follow. Thanks for hanging out. I will be on again tomorrow. All the mechanics. Halfway through the first town. I don't think I made it off the starting beach. I'm gonna be real. I think I was like, this kind of looks, I mean, it gets older, right? And so sometimes I have to be in the right headspace to try a game. Like, especially if it's one that requires you to like be like, all right, this is old. I know it's gonna look like this, and I'm gonna. Obviously, games are still enjoyable even with, you know, older graphics quality, right? Like I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3 off stream, and I watched a video on YouTube of like recapping Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, which I know I fucking played and can barely remember, but I know I played the shit out of them when they came out. And I'm looking at the clips of the play in the recap video, and I'm like, holy fuck, that looks like shit. I don't remember that. I don't remember it seeming that bad when I played it. But that's because, relatively speaking, it wasn't. Right? For the time, it was fine. It's just hard to go backwards sometimes. It's easier when a game is completely different. Like, sometimes if it's a different enough style, then it's not as jarring. You know, like, side-scrollers, right? Like, you can find side-scrollers actually that are, like, really, really old and grainy as fuck. And that's a little off-putting to me. But, like, you know, I could go play, like, Super Mario Brothers or something, and it's, you know, it's fine. PSO? Like going backwards, I enjoy original Fallouts more than the current ones. Well, again, that's a different... But, see, that I think that's easier, though, because it's also a completely different style. Like, obviously, it's the Fallout sensibility and story, but, like... Baldur's Gate with high-def mods. Yeah, I can see that. But again, because it's isometric. But the clips I saw of the isometric gameplay in the older Baldur's Gates were, like, legit old ones. And it was, like, looked really bad. '76 has my heart. Dude, I really wanted to get into 76. I have it. I just, I played it a little bit, but it was before they added the missions in, and I haven't really gone back. I'll play it at some point. I have, you know, of the other 300 games in my Steam library that I need to fucking play. I'm too busy doing, Secret World things. If you haven't seen my stuff, you can find me on YouTube with the same name. If you want to like see what playing through Secret World on a guitar, an electric guitar looks like, or, you know, like weird challenge shit. Secret World on a rubber chicken. I also did the side-by-side playthrough last year of the original CSW and Legends on the screen at the same time, like running through the games side by side to like see what's really different between them. That was really fun, actually. That was a rubber chicken, not a real chicken. I did play for Valentine's. I did the achievement run of the Valentine's mission on cupcakes. So we ate the cupcakes. So there's that. I'm gonna put that in there like that. I gotta start getting rid of shit. No. The cupcakes had like bolts through them into like it was like a shoebox or something basically, but I had bolts going through the cakes. Originally it was supposed to be one cake with bolts in it, but it turns out the cupcakes are conductive, so if you hit one bolt, it's like all of them gone off. So I had one center cake and then like multiple cupcakes that each had their own bolts in them that had alligator clips to the Makey device. And then so I had forks. I had 2 forks, and so I didn't have to touch the bolt on the cupcake. I could just touch the cupcake. Even the icing, because the whole cupcake's conductive. It would complete the circuit. So I would just like be like touching the fork to the cupcake in order to make it work. Did you not see that? It was a submission on the Valentine's thing on the forum. I think there was a lot of... I want to say there's a lot of left turns in that achievement, because the left cupcake was beat the fuck up. My video froze. What the fuck? Alright, I need one intel to run this. Can I get an intel? Wait, that's gonna take 3 assets. Is that gonna screw me? No, okay. Send me expedite. Alright, now I can go for this guy. Guess we just do one of these guys. Why not? I don't. This is the longest it's ever taken me to get Sarah Skelly agent to come up. I don't know what the fuck that's about. All right. Anyways. Folders are the main resource, and you have higher tier missions that convert bullets and globes into folders. Are you talking about the intel supplies and assets? It's not, so none of them are the main one. It's just random which one shows up for you. Like, it can appear that way, but it's not. That's so like look at this. All of these. This will give me 6 the intel, the folders. This will give me 6. This will give me, wait, no, sorry, 6 and 8. But the missions are randomized. I don't know, like, I've been hardly doing them on Jimmy. Like, on Jimmy, I've got, like, thousands of all of them, and they're all relatively even. I think over curvature of time, it actually does kind of even out. They're rock, paper, scissors. It's just that the rotation of which mission shows up in each different tier is random. So you could get kind of unlucky streaks, but over time they even out. I don't think any singular one is the primary one, though. It's possible that folders might be, the intel might be what you need for those specific ones you want to run a lot. That's possible. Anyways, we're gonna try and raid somebody. Who? Oh, Rainbow Six Siege is the other game I follow, as well as Fallout 4. I haven't watched any of that in a long time. I watched it when it was like first out. It was interesting. I should probably unfollow that category. I don't recognize what he's playing, but Freak Show is another streamer that streams Secret World sometimes, along with a lot of other like MMO style games. So we're gonna raid him. Yeah, you can put the link. You just put that in here. Cool. I'll definitely go look at that. All right. Peace.